We are thrilled to be joined on the phone by newly signed Stingrays forward Wayne Simpson. Wayne, certainly happy to have you back in a Stingrays uniform this year after you played with us your rookie campaign last season. So first and foremost, welcome back. I know it has to be exciting to be back in a Stingrays uniform.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait to get the season going.
Now, Wayne, last year you were second on the Stingrays in overall scoring with 41 points in 66 games, 22 goals, and 19 assists. And towards the second half of the season, you were really the go-to guy in terms of point production, and it seemed like as the opportunities came, more confidence came, and you just seemed to elevate your game as the season went along. So how excited are you for you to get back into the swing of things and get into your second pro year?
Yeah, I think, as you mentioned, confidence was a huge factor. It's a completely different league to play in, and I was playing with good players and learned the ropes a bit. So I think, I started playing better, and I'm looking forward to building, both individually and off the team success that we had last year.
Now, certainly you became a fan favorite with just the numbers that you put up and just how easily you transitioned from the college game where you went to Union College for 4 years and then your first pro year. So it seemed like things kind of came a little easier for you. Now you have to push yourself. So how do you push yourself or set the bar heading into a brand new year?
Yeah, definitely not satisfied on the year, just always looking to get better. And I'm kind of sticking with the same thing that I've been doing, trying to get better in the off season. And I'm in a good spot in Massachusetts where, I have all the things I need to try to make myself a better player. But, it's a time of the year that I'm about to get going again, so looking forward to it.
Now, certainly you must have had some conversations with head coach Spencer Carberry, and in those conversations, were any expectations or any guidelines or goals set out for you, or what's he looking for from you, and what are you looking from yourself personally moving into your second year?
Yeah, well, he's great at, he knows what players need to get better at in order to be better professional hockey players. So even when I left last year, he told me stuff to work on in the summer, before I knew if I were coming back or not. But we talked a couple times on the phone, and there's some things that he thinks I can improve my game, and I, definitely want to listen to a guy like that. And he's a good coach to have around. So, yeah.
How easy is it going to be for you this time around now that you're coming back to the Stingrays and you're coming back to Coach Carberry's system, that starting from day one of training camp, there's no real learning process, or if there is a learning process, it's very minimal. How helpful is that to you as a hockey player just trying to make it to the next level? How big is that easy and smooth transition?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's easy, but the familiarity with the just the area to begin with, and then, like you said, the coaching system and maybe some of the players too. I think it'll definitely be, make the transition a little smoother, so hopefully you can get started on the right foot right away.
And on the player side, you're going to see a lot of familiar faces: Anthony Collins, Patrick Gall, Jack Downing, Andrew Rowe joins the organization after you saw him a bunch last year with the Greenville Road Warriors. So you're going to have some familiar faces in the locker room, and that has to make it a little easier for you as well. Yeah,
definitely. The guys that you mentioned that I know, they're good locker room guys, and I think they're good players, obviously. So can't wait to get started and get the team success going again.
Now, on a personal level, what are you most excited about coming back to Charleston and the Low Country?
Well, the area's great, but, obviously I got a career to focus on, so, I definitely want to, challenge myself and see if I can improve off last year, because I think it's an important year. And, in the off time, too, the weather's great. It's a nice change of pace from Massachusetts, so I think, it was a complete package last year, and that's part of the reason that I definitely wanted to come back.
Now, Wayne, I know the time we're talking to you now, certainly training is in full swing, and pretty much less than a month away from the start of training camp, and I know you're probably already skating and working out in the weight room, but hopefully at the early stages of summer you were able to have some time off. I know just before we started this interview you mentioned you had a couple weddings, including your brother's wedding, so it's good to hear that you had some downtime.
Yeah, absolutely. It was actually a pretty eventful summer. Normally just kind of working out and skating and doing a few fun things on the weekend, but got to go to Thunder Bay, Ontario for a wedding, and then I was in my brother's wedding back in Massachusetts. So then had a couple trips to like Florida and stuff. So, but I mean, I was working hard the whole time. I don't mean to make it sound like I was on vacation, but it definitely helps because you need a little downtime. The season's so rigorous, so it was definitely a good summer.
Well, absolutely. You can't work all the time. You can't be hockey 24/7, 365. Just that time away to decompress a little bit has to help in terms of gearing up for another year.
Yeah, I mean, the mental side of it is just as important. So, kind of want to get all the stress out of the way, I guess, and come back ready to go. And I think my summer, I did that. So, be ready to go when I get back there in October.
Well, Wayne, thank you for taking the time to talk with us on the phone today, and we look forward to seeing you back here in the Low Country.
All right, thanks. No problem.